Good Saturday morning, YouTube. Thank you for joining me for another episode with me. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. If you haven't seen it, thank you for joining me. We're going to go through what's happening in Battle Legends, and then we're possibly going to have a quick look, see what's actually not been mentioned in here that we found out in the database. So, keep those hats on, keep those faces up, and we shall see you in the video. So, this is Jerome. We generally see this guy when big announcements are happening. It's normally good to see Jerome as a rule. Last time we saw Jerome was when we got announcements for Duelist Overload, which was a fantastic set. If anyone thinks it wasn't a fantastic set, you have massive expectations of a card game. Please reel them in a little bit. But we're going to go through some of the things we're going to get in this set. I'll tell you what, it's fantastic. I had a quick look at the database earlier today. As you've probably seen, yesterday. I suppose you've seen the video that I did, like my mini-sode, as I've called it. If you guys like the mini-sodes, let me know. I'll happily do some more. Maybe thoughts of the day or something like that. But yeah, let's get into it. And we'll hopefully enjoy ourselves listening to Jerome for a bit.
Hello everybody. I know it's been a long time since last we spoke, and the world has changed quite a bit over these past few months. So I hope that all of you watching this at home are safe and healthy. And I hope that your friends and your families and your loved ones are also safe and healthy. As you can see, I'm safe and healthy, and so is everybody else at KDE US. We're all working from home right now.
Not to be rude to the man. Safe, I agree with. He seems very safe. Healthy is the grey area here. I don't look healthy. I'm a chunky man. Am I safe? For the majority, yes. Healthy is in the eye of the beholder. We come here. Jerome, I love you, but you, sir, look like you need some more sun. Go sit in the balcony. Go soak up some sun out the windows. Like, you need to do something, my good man.
And that means that I can't be in the office and use the studio. So I've had to borrow a little bit of equipment, a little bit of artwork, and build a studio in my studio apartment to bring you the download on Battles of Legend Armageddon. Now, Battles of Legend Armageddon releases at your local OTS on July 23rd and everywhere else July 24th. It's $3.99 per pack. It's a 5-card all-foil pack. You get 1 secret rare and 4 ultra rares in each pack. And since Battle...
So, we'll do this anyway. But you're going to receive 24 secret rares for this set. Now, knowing how Konami normally works, you'll possibly get like 1 or 2 of the good secret rares in this set in the box. And then you'll probably get quite a few of the jankier kind of thank you for the reprints. I guess these are okay secret rares. But yeah, let's keep going into the video.
Battles of Legend is, of course, the evolution of Dragons of Legend. We've made sure to pack it full of cards from the anime that you thought would never be printed in real life. Let's start with Jim Crocodile Cook's Fossil cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Now, the Fossil theme is a fusion theme, and its key spell card is...
We don't receive the whole Fossil deck cards that we know of. There are a few that didn't make it in this. We believe we'll be getting some more support for them, which is great, because I'm looking forward to it. As I've said, I want to try and do an Adamantipator Fossil deck. They are literally excavating for rocks, and fossils are now classed as rocks. So yeah, we'll carry on. But yeah, hopefully we'll get more support for Jim, because I think it's a great archetype.
Fossil Fusion. Fossil Fusion lets you fusion summon a fossil fusion monster by banishing its materials from either graveyard. Now, the materials for Fossil Fusion monsters are all 1 rock monster and then any other monster whose level falls within a certain range. It could be level 4 or lower, or level 7 or higher, for instance. Be careful, because some Fossil Fusion monsters require that second monster to come from your opponent's graveyard, so make sure...
So I'm massively looking forward to Jim Crook's fossils here. As I've already said before, I want to do fossil and cementators. They're digging for rocks. Obviously, these are all rock types. Now, in this situation, they are the fusion cards, so it doesn't work the same way. But you are going to have rock cards in your deck that obviously situate their fossil dragons. and Fossil Knights and such. This is a re-recording of what was happening earlier, because for some strange reason my microphone decided to double click and didn't record what I was saying. So hopefully when this goes into the video it'll be good. I think the whole scaling thing is going to be really impactful for an archetype like this. It already happens in certain effect monsters, it happens with some XYZs. We have rank up magic cards already, so it's not as though it's something we haven't seen before. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to having these in the near future.
To check the fusion materials of what you want to fusion summon before you activate Fossil Fusion. Now, the Fossil Fusion monsters are primarily battle-based. They have battle-based abilities. But the level 4 and level 6 Fossil monsters also have graveyard abilities, where you can banish them from the graveyard to do something. And the best way to get them there, and also upgrade your fusions without having to use more materials, is by using the spell card Time Stream. Time Stream lets you target a Fossil Fusion monster you control, and then when it resolves, you tribute it and summon a Fossil Fusion monster from your extra deck that is 2 levels higher. So if you start out with Fossil Warrior Skullbone, that's level 4, you use Time Stream on it to get to Fossil Warrior Skull Knight, which is level 6, then you can use the graveyard effect of Skullbone by banishing it to add another copy of Time Stream to your hand, and then use that on your Skull Knight to upgrade it into Fossil Warrior Skull King. Now, Fossil Warrior Skull King can attack twice. It can also discard a card to revive any monster from your opponent's graveyard to your field. So, after this, you want to go ahead and use Fossil Warrior Skull Knight's ability in the graveyard by banishing it to destroy one of your opponent's monsters to help clear the way for a huge double attack from Skull King, and also put a valuable monster in your opponent's graveyard for you to summon back on your opponent's turn with Skull King. Next up, let's talk about Dawn Thousand's Numeron Network strategy from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Now,
so, I've mentioned this a few times before. I imagine this being really good in a Altergeist deck. I announced it somewhere, but didn't like really sort of like show what I was on about. And then literally 2 days later, it popped up on a couple of different YouTubers' pages about like how Altergeist numbers would be really good. It's like I'm good at guessing things randomly sometimes, but yeah, I'm looking forward to having the number cards. If they're mostly ultras, I think we'll be okay. It's just if they start to be being the secret rare cards that we're going to have a lot of issues with this. Because I think a lot of people are looking at Altergeist needing a new win condition being Zexal. Well, the numbers into Zexal. But I think it looks really cool. And I really want to try this. So, yeah, I'm going to have heroes at some point. I'm going to have dinosaurs, fossil dinosaurs rather. I'm going to have Altergates. It's going to be a very weird time for me in the very near future.
Now, if you've seen this one on TV, you'll know it's quite powerful. Numeron Network lets you use the abilities of Numeron normal spells that are in your deck. And the one you're going to be wanting to use is called Numeron Calling, which can be activated if you control no monsters and you have Numeron Network in your field zone. Now, of course, if you're copying it with Numeron Network, you've already met that condition, so you just need to have no monsters on the field and Numeron Calling in your deck, so you can send it to the graveyard and use its ability. When you do, you get to summon up to 4 Numeron Gate monsters from your extra deck. Those would be number 1, 2, 3, and 4. They all have the same stats and do the same thing, but combined, they lead to a big win. So the basic effect of these monsters is that they can't be destroyed by battle, and after they battle a monster, you can detach a material to double the attack of all of your Numeron Gates. Now, with Numeron Network on the field, you don't need to detach materials to activate the effects of Numeron monsters, which is great because you're not going to have any when you summon them with Numeron Calling. So what this means is that your first Numeron Gate, which will have 1,000 attack points, attacks into a monster, it's not destroyed by battle, probably aren't going to win that battle, take a little damage, and then you activate its effect to double the attack of all of your Numeron Gates. The next one's 2,000. It attacks as well. Maybe it wins, maybe it doesn't. Either way, after the battle, double everything again. If your opponent has no more monsters, then they're taking 4,000 direct damage twice, which is going to lead to a win. And if they do have another monster, it's getting attacked by a 4,000 attack monster, and then everything is doubling again, and the remaining Numeron gate is 8,000. Now, there are a couple catches attached. One is that you can only summon one more time during the turn after you use Numeron Calling Lord's effect. And the second is that you're going to have to banish all of those Numeron gates at the end of the turn. But one way you can deal with this is by using the summon number S0 Utopic Zexal. Or you could use number 1 as the material to summon number C1, which banishes everything on the field and sets up a ticking time bomb in your banished card pile that's going to inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of all banished Xyz monsters on your next turn. There's a lot of different ways to win here if you can resolve the effect of Numeron Calling, but I liken the basic ability where you summon the Numeron gates and you attack and you keep doubling. It's very similar to winning with number 39 Utopia Double, but it works in a few more situations because you can attack directly with your monsters afterwards. So it's not as stringent on the scenarios where resolving Numeron Calling is a win versus resolving number 39 Utopia Double. Which reminds me, thinking about number 39 Utopia, it's been...
So, if you didn't know, I believe in the collector's rarity set that came out in Japan last month, maybe the month before, I could be very wrong here, they had a very weird looking Utopia 37, don't know. And it had the actual writing in its original language, which is technically classed as a foreign language. You're going to watch it, like, you go through it, but people saw it and basically said, like, it's a really cool looking card, can we have it? And I don't know if Konami was going to plan on just going like, yeah, you're going to have it anyway, don't worry about it. But when people were asking for it, they didn't really want to say anything about it. So I didn't know if people were thinking, like, oh, it's going to be one of those OCG things that we don't ever see because TCG Konami aren't cool. And yeah.
It's been 9 years now since Starter Deck Dawn of the Xyz was released, and the first number monster, number 39 Utopia, was released into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. And now, with Battles of Legend Armageddon, introducing numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, along with C1, and actually there's 2 versions of 3. There's the Cicada King, which you might remember from the Zexal anime. That's also in the set. But with 1, 2, 3, and 4 added to the mix, there are now number monsters for all the positive integers, from 1 to 107. Actually, there's zeros as well, so you got all the numbers covered from 0 to 107. And I took a look at all the number monsters ahead of time, and I realized, like, wow, these number monsters comprise a little bit more than 1% of all of the cards ever made. It's kind of amazing, and it's the completion of a long journey to get all of these number monsters printed. And so we are celebrating the fact that we're finally there. We got 0 to 107. In Battles of Legend Armageddon, we're doing something very special. We are including a Starlight Rare version of number 39 Utopia, written in the Astral...
Look at this bad boy. Look at it. Look how pretty this is. That's right, people. Real runic.
Glyphs, as seen in the Zexal anime series. It is incredibly cool, and you are allowed to use it. The astroglyphs are considered a foreign language, so make sure that you have your local language version of Utopia's text available if you're going to play with it. And I think you're really going to like it. It is a Starlight Rare, though, so it is very rare, and if you get your hands on it, make sure to take good care. Finally, Battles of Legend Armageddon also introduces the Appliancers from Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. Those are the monsters...
I'm not massively into this set. As I've said, it's kind of like, to me, Prank Kids 2.0. And I don't necessarily mean that in a bad or good way either way. It just, that's what it reminds me of. If I can pull everything, because a lot of this looks like it's going to be ultra rare anyway, so there's going to be a good chance I'm going to pull it. I've got 2 boxes coming, so there's a chance that I'm basically going to pull a playset of everything. A chance, not necessarily great, because obviously they can still short print some ultra rares, but I'll definitely give it a go and see what we can do. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. End of the day, there's half the archetype is extra deck monsters, which means that I have to basically make a deck around about the 5 cards that are going in the main deck, And let's face it, it's going to basically just have to be a hand trap heavy deck with a 1-for-1 in there and hope for the best. Because I don't think there's just you can do this deck, but yeah, it's I'm looking forward to a lot of things in this box for no other reason than I think it's going to be a good box. Investment wise, I honestly don't really know, but there's going to be a lot of good stuff in this box. But value wise, it's going to be very awkward.
Used by Robopi in the final season of the series. Robopi, you might remember from early on in the show, where it's Yusaku's vacuum cleaner before it slowly gains sentience and learns how to duel in the end. So fans of Robopi, I think, will enjoy the appliancers. They are another...
Just realised this. They don't show the carbuncle, which is like the third appliancer. So we're either not getting it in this set, or we're going to get it in Rise of the Duelist, which I haven't pre-ordered yet. And when I checked last time, a lot of places sold out of it, so I'm going to be very sad if I can't get my hands on some Rise of the Duelist. But let's carry on.
Blink summoning type deck. Now that does it for the new themes that are in Battles of Legend Armageddon. Of course, there's also a number of different returning cards as well. So let's take a minute to talk about some of those. Now, this is Battles of Legend Armageddon, and we named it that because Chaos Emperor, the Dragon of Armageddon, is available in a booster pack for the first time in this set. It was previously a YCS prize card, and it was a very popular one as well that saw quite a bit of competitive play. And it's actually part of a set of 5. It goes along with Dark-Armed, Dragon of Annihilation, Trishula, the Dragon of Icy Imprisonment, which has also seen a bit of play, Judgment, the Dragon of Heaven, and Darkness Metal, the Dragon of Dark Steel. Now those 4 cards were promotional cards in North America. They haven't been available in Europe or South America. So those
officially available. So you could technically PO box it in America and have that PO box and send you a copy of Shonen Jump every month or every year, whatever you decide to do. But these cards, these 4 cards were available through the Shonen Jump, I believe, yearly subscription promotion. So they were available around the world depending on how you got your Shonen Jump copies. Now I did mention in a previous video that I used to have a Shonen Jump account with Forbidden Planet, and they stopped doing theirs I think either in 2011 or 2013, so sadly I couldn't get hold of these because these were more recent. Obviously being a Link summon card, it was very, very more recent. But yeah, some of these are actually worth a little bit of money. I'm going to presume that these are going to be our secret rares, as these don't look like they're I mean, look at the writing. That doesn't look like to me that's going to be ultra, so I'm thinking these are all secret rares. But we'll obviously find out very, very soon.
Available in booster pack for the first time in this set as well. And in addition to those, there are a number of rarity upgrades and shifts. Some cards are even getting their first foil versions in Battles of Legend Armageddon. So take Cross Sheep, for example. Cross Sheep, see.
No one saw this coming, or I feel like no one saw this coming. Did it need it? Definitely needed it. This is like a £10 rare. It's like one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive rare in history of Yu-Gi-Oh! For its age. There are obviously some rare cards out there that are worth some money because they're old and in good condition, but Cross Sheep was such a good playable card. They need this. And a lot of people got quite upset when they said that there wasn't going to be a Cross Sheep in OP13, because a lot of people thought, like, we really need a Cross Sheep, it's getting too expensive, even a common's going to be really good. You're getting an ultra rare in this set. That is fantastic. Even if it's 1 per box, that's still really good. Value on this card afterwards, probably going to be like a £3 or £4 like ultra rare, but the secret, the rare should drop down to like £1. So if you've been looking to get your hands on one of these, it's going to be very soon. I hope this is something you've been looking forward to. I love rarity bumps, as I'm sure you've heard me say many times before. Definitely going to be looking at playing Cross Sheep in my Shadol structure deck. That kind of has a evoked engine already.
Seen in a lot of fusion decks that use invoke monsters and shadows. That'll be appearing as an ultra rare. And if you're playing Salamandrate and you've been using Formid Skipper to help you get a hold of
Yeah, baby. Yes, baby. So I've been considering getting a couple of these just as like my fun time Salamandrate deck. And I was like, I don't really want to go and have to like find these, because these were going for not necessarily stupid money, but they were going for like maybe like a playset is like £3 or £4 each. Well then, cheap value I suppose in Ultras now.
Parallel Exceed from Eternity Code, you'll be happy to find that there is an ultra-rare version of Forbid Skipper in the set as well. And we've also got returning cards for past and future decks. So if you just started picking up Legendary Duelist Season 1, you got the Melfi Rabbi. That's part of the theme that's in the upcoming Rise of the Duelist set that uses a lot of level 2 beast monsters. So you might want cards like Obedience School or Valerathon, Mystical Beast of the Forest, which you can also find in Legends Armageddon. And if you're planning...
Just to say that Obedience School earlier in the year had a massive buyout. It was at roughly like $1 card. And by the end of the first day's buyout, it was going for like $35 per card. Because people were going crazy because they thought that these fluffy little things were going to be like the next big boss monsters. Don't think you can really see that, but look how fluffy it is. People are crazy.
You know, invoked cards, for instance, or you want to be playing invoked cards in whatever deck you're building, then you'll be happy to find that there are a number of the invoked cards.
Yeah, we got a reprint of the Invo cards. From what I can see, they're going to be ultra rares, but still good. Especially if you need like any of these. I mean, most people only want to play Purgatrio, Raiden, and then Rojin, and then Macabre. Macabre didn't get reprinted though, which seems really strange. So I don't know if that's going to get reprinted in a later set, maybe in a Mega Tin.
Legend Armageddon as well, including the spell card Invocation.
Yes, baby, we're getting Invocation. What was that? You didn't want to pay like £200 for a playset? Don't worry, you're probably going to get a playset for £10 now. It's good stuff, good times, good being me in here. So yeah, people were saying this is either going to get hit in the ban list, and people were very concerned when it didn't get hit in the ban list, because Shadow Structure came out, what was it, January or early February? And people were like, yeah, we're going to have, like, you know, when obviously Invocation Shadow was a thing, they thought, okay, it's going to get banned, or they need to start looking at printing this card again. Well, here we go, boys and girls. They want to keep it on the, they want to keep us playing it for a little bit longer at least.
Summoning them. Battles of Legend Armageddon really is an exciting set, and you're going to be able to get your hands on it starting July 23rd at your local OTS, July 24th everywhere else. Thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end. I just want to say, you know, stay safe out there. Stay safe, wear your mask, stay healthy, take care of each other, and we're all going to make it through this. And you know, speaking of making it, while we were making this set, we realized that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game was hitting a milestone this year. And actually it happened for me when I was... Remember I talked about a little earlier about seeing exactly what percentage of all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards were number monsters. And it was when I checked that out that I realized, well, wait a minute, we're going to hit a really big milestone this year. We're going to hit 10,000 unique cards. And in celebration of hitting that milestone, we've included something very special in Battles of Legend Armageddon. Please take a look.
Look at this beautiful card. So, I'm going to be really honest, I'm so sorry, I can't remember what your name is. You mentioned we'll be getting this card in Battle Legends. I went, you know what, it wouldn't surprise me because Battle Legends seems to like the dragons. Your boy was 100% right on the money. He guessed 10,000 dragons would be in this set. And look at this shiny creature over here with red foil lettering. Now, I did say, when we opened the 2 in Chaos, I wish the purple was red. Because the red, the green, the blue would have looked even better than the purple. Well, we're getting a cool rarity with having a Starfall red writing. So, yeah, if you want about random values of things, this thing's going to be expensive. This thing is going to be a gold mine if you can get your hands on it. Unless they go crazy and start printing everything. If they only do, like, say, 10 Starlights, and again, it's like maybe 1/case or 1/every other case. Yeah. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching that video with me today. Hope you guys have enjoyed my commentary as well as actually watching Jerome actually go through some of the stuff we're going to get. I think for Sunday's video, because I'm going to do 2 videos for Saturday, we'll go through the stuff that wasn't mentioned that we know it's been databased already. But yeah, there's some good stuff in it that hasn't been shown yet. There's some Ra support. Ra's Disciple gets a reprint. Tell you what, that card was getting quite expensive. It was getting like £10 a card, so you're looking for £30 a playset. With the Ultra Rares coming out, that's definitely going to shoot it down in price. Possibly looking at maybe a £5 to £3 a playset. There was a new Wind Dragon Ra support card. Obviously, we've got Ra's Rage coming out in September now. That's our next Duelist set. So yeah, there's some really good stuff coming up in this, and we'll go through it more on Sunday's video. So, I'm going to get swiftly. Thanks for watching. Peace out. You guys have a fun and agile Saturday. And yeah, if you've enjoyed the minisodes, let me know, and I'll think about doing more minisodes. I did that while I was at work, so it can be a bit awkward, but if I see news that I like on the way to work, maybe we can throw it in for a few seconds. Goodbye.